Have you ever wondered about the 144,000 people mentioned in the book of Revelation? Who are they, and why are they so important? Today we're breaking it all down in simple terms, showing you what it means for God to seal his people and what that means for you. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll understand why this part of Revelation is more than just a mystery. It's a powerful message about God's protection, his plan, and his call for us to spread his truth. Let's jump in. So let's start with the word sealed. In the Bible, when it says someone is sealed, it means that God is marking them in some way. It's like God saying, "These are mine, and I'm going to protect them." It's not just a random mark. It's a sign of ownership and protection from God. In Revelation, we learn that 144,000 people are sealed. And no, it's not a random number. These people come from the 12 tribes of Israel. So we're talking about 12,000 from each tribe. 12 tribes, 12,000 each, adding up to 144,000. They're special in the sense that they are chosen by God for a specific purpose. Check out this verse from Revelation 7 verse 3. It says, "Do not harm the earth, the sea, or the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads." This is a pretty big deal. Before any judgment or destruction happens, God is saying, "I need to mark my people first. They're going to be protected." So the sealing comes before the hard stuff happens. God is showing his love and care, ensuring that his servants are safe. Now, who are these 144,000? They're not just any random people. These are people from the tribes of Israel, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes. In Revelation, God is showing us that he's not done with Israel. He's still working through them, and these 144,000 are going to play a major role during the end times. Some people think this 144,000 refers to everyone who is saved, but it's specifically talking about this group of Israelites. These people are chosen to witness for God during the Great Tribulation. They're going to be spreading God's message at a time when it's going to be needed most. And remember, it's not about how perfect they are. It's about God's grace and his purpose for them. Now here's another verse that talks about the 144,000. It's in Revelation 14 verse 1. It says, "Then I looked, and behold, a lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written on their foreheads." Did you catch that? Not only are they sealed, but they have the Father's name written on their foreheads. This shows that they belong to God. They're not just marked for protection, they're marked to show that they are his, and they're committed to him, even when things get tough. The Lamb, which is Jesus, is standing with them on Mount Zion, signifying that they are close to God and have his favor. So, what exactly is the role of these 144,000? Why is God picking them to be sealed in such a special way? Well, these people are going to serve as witnesses. They're going to be spreading God's message during a time when the world will need it the most. Imagine a time of chaos, persecution, and destruction, and these 144,000 people are there to keep sharing the truth of God's love and salvation. They're like spiritual warriors, but they're not fighting with weapons. They're fighting with the Word of God, showing the world who God is and why he deserves worship, even during the darkest times. These people are going to make a huge impact, and God is giving them his seal as a sign that they're protected while doing this important work. So you might be thinking, okay, that's cool, but what does this mean for me right now? Well, there are a couple of takeaways here. First, it reminds us that God has a plan. Even in the midst of trouble, even when it seems like the world is falling apart, God's people will always have his protection and his purpose. Second, the 144,000 were chosen to share God's message. And guess what? God calls us to do the same. While we might not be part of the 144,000, we're all called to be witnesses for God in our own way. We're called to spread his message of love and salvation, just like they will. Remember, the sealing isn't just about protection. It's also about purpose. God's seal shows that we belong to him. It's a reminder that no matter what's happening in the world, he's got our backs. And it's also a reminder that we're part of a bigger plan. Just like the 144,000, we're here to share God's love and truth with others. It's not just about us, it's about God's kingdom. So let's wrap this up. The 144,000 are sealed by God for a special purpose, and they're going to play a key role in the end times. But the bigger picture is that God is always in control. He's got a plan, and he's protecting his people. And remember, you're part of that plan too. You might not be one of the 144,000, but God has called you to be his witness, to spread his love and truth wherever you go. If you've got more questions or want to talk about this more, drop a comment below. I love hearing from you guys, and we can keep this conversation going. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone